Hello everyone. Thank you for always watching my videos. The camping trip that seemed to be filled with sweet memories suddenly turned into haunting memories when on the way back. Tu Qian and Jack suddenly encountered a terrible accident. Screams echoed through the mountains and forests. The moment of life and death was only a hair's breadth away. What happened? Will the two of them be able to overcome this incident? Don't take your eyes off the video. The truth is waiting to be revealed. In a small, pretty tent in the middle of the wild nature, Jack and Tu Qian sat close together, their eyes shining with simple happiness. In front of them was a simple but affectionate tray of food, fragrant grilled shrimp, just cooked burnt-edge sausages, a few slices of crispy bread, boiled vegetables and some snacks that Jack had prepared from home. The smoke from the charcoal stove still lingered in the air, mixed with the scent of the afternoon forest and the smell of grilled food, making the scene even warmer. Outside the tent, the picture of nature appeared like a peaceful dream. A herd of buffalo leisurely bathed in the lake, the water sparkling under the pale sunlight. In the distance, a few wild ducks flapped their wings and flew across the lake, leaving behind shimmering water streaks like mirrors. The chirping of birds, the sound of water lapping at the shore, combined with Tu Qian's giggles, made the scene seem completely separate from the bustling world outside. While eating, Tu Qian occasionally turned to Jack, gently picked up a piece of shrimp and put it in his mouth. "Hey, you grilled it, you have to eat it all," she said, her eyes shining with mischief. Jack smiled, pretended to step back, then suddenly grabbed the shrimp, making Tu Qian burst out laughing. In the peaceful scene, there were only two people, two hearts gradually getting closer through each small story, each simple and loving bite. After finishing eating, Jack stood up, stretched, and turned to look at Tu Qian, who was gently cleaning up the plastic plates and tissues. He smiled and held out his hand. "Let's take a souvenir photo." Tu Qian looked at him, her eyes sparkling in the late afternoon sunlight, then nodded enthusiastically in agreement. The two of them walked out of the tent, hand in hand, towards the lake shore, where a picturesque scene appeared before their eyes. The lake surface was as calm as a mirror, reflecting the blue sky and white clouds drifting lazily. In the distance was still a herd of buffalo leisurely wading in the water, while the flock of ducks had swum further away, leaving behind gentle ripples. Jack took out his phone, gently adjusted the angle, and pointed the camera at Tu Qian. She stood in the middle of the green grass, her hair blowing lightly in the wind, her hand gently raising a branch of reed grass like a muse in nature. "So beautiful, stay still," Jack whispered, his eyes not leaving the frame. After a few single photos, the two turned on the timer and stood close together, smiling brightly as if there had never been any sadness in the world. After taking the photos, they ran around the lake together, chasing each other like two children. Tu Qian suddenly threw water at Jack, startling him, and then reciprocated with a few naughty drops of water. Laughter echoed in the peaceful space. At that moment, everything seemed to stop, just them, and simple happiness in a wild afternoon filled with laughter. The afternoon was turning to evening. The last rays of sunlight dyed the entire campsite a golden yellow, creating a warm and nostalgic scene. Jack and Tu Qian packed up their belongings, folded the tent, put away the food bags, cleaned up the trash, and slowly loaded their luggage into the car. Both of them still lingered over the peaceful moments in the wild nature. But as it was getting dark, they had to say goodbye to this place and return. The car slowly rolled away from the campsite, crossing the winding road around the mountainside. Jack focused on driving through each narrow and bumpy bend, but just after passing a sharp bend, due to the slippery road and loss of control, the car suddenly slid to the side, then tilted, and hit the embankment. The collision caused the car to shake violently. Tu Qian jumped, her eyes wide open in panic. She shouted, "Jack, Jack, are you okay?" Her voice trembling with fear. "Hello, hello, calling for an ambulance. Hello." On Hoang Lin Sun Street, there was an accident due to a driver losing control and crashing into the embankment. Please send an ambulance here urgently.
Bài thơ tình mẹ. Mẹ là ánh nắng ban mai, sưởi con ấm áp những ngày gió sương. Mẹ là suối mát dịu thường, du con giấc ngủ dỗ con cằn dài. Mẹ là bầu trời ban ngày, là trăng thanh mát những ngày con đau. Mẹ là vạt áo bạc màu, chở che năm tháng dãi dầu gió sương. Một đời mẹ chẳng vấn vương, chỉ lo cho trẻ đủ đường lớn khôn. Gian nan mẹ chẳng thiệt hơn, chỉ mong con sống đời luôn yên lành. Con nơi khôn lớn trưởng thành. Ngẫm về dáng mẹ chênh vênh tuổi già, tình mẹ như biển bao la, trăm năm vẫn thế chẳng hòa. Trong tim